So is Francis Ngannou the best heavyweight in the world right now? In my opinion, just yes, of course he is. But let's go ahead and cover the other two fighters that people consider to be at the top of the heavyweight game, that being Tom Aspinall and John Jones. Let's go ahead and kill those arguments altogether. Let's start with Tom Aspinall. Now, obviously, Tom Aspinall, a great fighter, but he is still the interim champion. He hasn't had a huge win yet, and for that reason alone, I wouldn't really consider him one of the best or the best heavyweight in the world right now, because I feel like his best wins so far have been against Curtis Blades and Sergey Pavlovich, which are great wins. You know, they're really really good wins. Those are two guys that have been ranked fighters for a while now, so obviously those are good wins. But he still hasn't beat the main guy to pretty much give him the undisputed title of the heavyweight division. So now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about John Jones. Now, obviously, John Jones, he beat Cyril Gahn whenever Cyril Gahn was competing against John Jones for the vacant heavyweight title, but he hasn't fought since that fight. And obviously, he did dominate Cyril Gahn. He did get a submission win over Cyril Gahn, but we haven't really heard much from John Jones since. And of course, we know that he's going to be fighting Stipe Miocic. But even if he does get a win over Stipe Miocic, I wouldn't really consider that win too heavy, compared to the win that Francis Ngannou got today, because John Jones is going to be beating a guy who is, of course, inactive, and a guy that is 40 years old in the heavyweight division. So even if John Jones somehow gets a win over Stipe Miocic, obviously I have to reiterate this: I don't think that win itself could pretty much top what Francis Ngannou did today. Because let's put things in perspective, ladies and gentlemen. Francis Ngannou was coming into the PFL right after not competing in MMA for a while, long time, and obviously the last time that he competed against somebody in MMA was against Cyril Gahn back in 2022. Now he faced Renan Ferreira, a guy who was at the top of the heavyweight division, who was pretty much consistently fighting and pretty much beat two of the other guys that were in the top of the heavyweight division by KO. So obviously, a win over that type of fighter is going to weigh a lot more for Francis Ngannou, because he beat an active fighter who was at the top of the game. Not only that, he was younger, bigger, stronger, and more athletic than Francis Ngannou. And somehow, some way, Francis Ngannou still managed to get the win, and even though it kind of did feel like Francis Ngannou was coming into this fight with a little bit of a concerning mental, because he did say that he felt like he was the underdog in this fight, and that's something you never want to hear professional fighters say coming into an MMA bout. He still won, and obviously that's great for him. That is a really good moment for Francis Ngannou, because he needed redemption after getting knocked out by Anthony Joshua. I will say this though. I will say this, that the way that he won, in my honest opinion, was a little bit of a fluke, because he was landing multiple shots to the back of the head of Renan Ferreira, and we have to mention that in today's video, because I would be a dishonest motherfucker if I didn't say that. Francis Ngannou did land like 4 or 5 shots to the back of the head of Renan Ferreira, and I mean, it is what it is. It's the ref's job at the end of the day, but I mean, we have to mention that. Anyways, for those reasons alone, I pretty much could agree with the sentiment that a lot of people are coming to, YouTube and Twitter and Instagram and saying that Francis Ngannou is in fact the best heavyweight in the world currently right now, and I pretty much agree with that idea. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Do you guys think that Tom Aspinall or John Jones is the greatest heavyweight competing in the world of MMA right now? Let me know your thoughts. As always, is a pleasure. Peace out and have a good one.